24 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay? Not only that, Kim Kardashian mama has been making these girls pay 10% tithes to some church that Lou Taylor and her husband is basically owner, co-owner, or whatever.
Can you believe Kim Kardashian is being exposed for allegedly being Diddy's accomplice and paying off his partners? Chilly, just when we thought 2024 couldn't get any crazier, the universe pulls a fast one on us and drops another bombshell, making us question everything we thought we knew about our favorite celebs. Fans have been suspicious of Kim's involvement in Diddy's affairs for a while now, and it seems like we finally have some evidence to back it up. New information suggests that not only was Kim aware of Diddy's questionable activities, but she also allegedly aided him in covering up the evidence and compensating his victims in exchange for a cut of the profits. Girl, you better buckle up for this roller coaster of drama and hold on to your edges because this situation is absolutely bonkers. Did Kim really conspire with Diddy to have Kanye West committed to a mental institution so they could swindle him out of his money? Chilly, it looks like it's game over for Kim because Diddy is snitching, and he is snitching hard, so let's break down this messy tea.
And look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain.
So it looks like Diddy is trying to pull down as many people as he possibly can because tell me why this man has been snitching on everybody and they mama. Y'all know how there have been multiple reports about how footage from his parties and freak-offs has been leaking for the past couple of days. Well, word on the streets is that he is allegedly behind the leaks, and now he just leaked footage of Kim Kardashian, and it is very, very bad. Hey folks, remember when Cat Williams dropped that bomb about Diddy not being the only celeb in hot water? Well, it seems like he wasn't kidding, because a bunch of them are getting dragged down with him, and guess who's caught up in the whirlwind? None other than Kim Kardashian. But hold on to your hats, because the accusations against her are wild. Word on the street is she might have been helping Diddy smooth over some rough patches by allegedly paying off his accusers and, special friends. Looks like Kim's got more than just contouring on her plate these days. Rumor has it her bank balance isn't looking so hot and it's becoming harder to brush off. You know how Kim and her crew are all about flaunting their wealth online with their luxury cars and dreamy homes? Well, seems like there might be some cracks in that shiny facade because Kim's reportedly drowning in debt. Let's talk cash, honey. Kim's always had a bit of a shady reputation when it comes to money matters. She's not one to shy away from controversial gigs if they pay well. There's talk that she's not afraid to bend the rules a bit, whispers about her involvement in some dodgy dealings, cozying up to the less savory characters in the finance world. Now, let's rewind to Kim's pre-fame days when she was hustling as Brandy's closet assistant. Rumor has it that Kim wasn't exactly playing by the rules back then, and there's some serious tea about her and Khloe allegedly pulling a fast one on Brandy. Here's the scoop on Kim's gig as Brandy's right-hand woman. Back in those early days, Kim got her hands on Brandy's credit card for a single purchase, and Brandy's mom kept a close eye on the spending. But here's where it gets juicy. After Kim left her post with Brandy, along with Khloe and Rob, they allegedly cooked up a scheme to swipe a cool $120,000 from Brandy's mom. Kim had been holding on to those credit card deets like a secret weapon, biding her time for the perfect moment to strike. And when she thought the coast was clear, she made her move. To cover their tracks, they laundered the cash through their own stores, Dash and Smooch, instead of blowing it all in one go. It turns out they thought they were being slick by funneling the cash through those stores, thinking it would blend in with Brandy's usual spending sprees. But guess what? They got busted because Brandy's mom, who was the one calling the shots on the payments, didn't exactly give the green light to those transactions. At first, Brandy's mom tried to keep things cool, giving Kim a chance to square things away without bringing in the big guns, all thanks to their tight connections with Brandy and Ray J. But when Kim kept dragging her feet for over a year without coughing up the dough, Brandy and Ray J's mom had enough and took took him to court. However, Brandy and Ray J managed to smooth things over, persuading their mom to drop the lawsuit and handle it privately. According to Ray J, this whole mess was the final straw in his relationship with Kim, not because of their adult tape, as some might have speculated. And guess what? That wasn't the end of Kim's shady adventures. Rumor has it she was also involved in a money laundering scheme. Before she became a household name, she allegedly had a sugar daddy named Joe Lowe, an Asian fella accused of laundering some seriously dirty cash. Insiders claim that Kim frequently traveled with Joe Lowe to gambling houses and casinos. In 2009, she even claimed to have flown back to LA with a trash bag full of $250,000 cash that he had won from a casino in Las Vegas. But it turns out that this might have been part of a larger money laundering scheme, as Joe Lowe has been implicated in such activities. The insider wrote, Lowe is wanted by international authorities in connection with a multi-billion-dollar money laundering scam. He is accused of being the mastermind behind a scheme to siphon $4.5 billion from the Malaysian state-run Economic Development Fund, One Malaysia Development Berhad. Alright, buckle up, because here's where things start to get really wild with Kim and her crew. Despite catching the FBI's eye and being under the microscope, somehow she managed to slip through the cracks without facing any charges. But hold on to your hats, because it's about to get even more bizarre. There's some eyebrow-raising chatter going around suggesting that the Kardashian-Jenner clan might not be swimming in cash as much as they want us to believe. Word on the street is they've been playing some sneaky games with their taxes, and it involves a rather unconventional tactic with the California Community Church. Now, get this. This church was actually set up by none other than the Kar-Jenner momager herself, Kris Jenner, back in 2009. It's all registered as a non-profit and asks members to cough up $1,000 every month, plus donate 10% of their yearly earnings. And guess who's at the top of the list when it comes to these so-called donations? You got it, the Kardashians themselves. Here's where it gets a little shady. That 10% donation translates into a hefty tax break each year, and considering Kim's boasting about pulling in around $80 million annually, that's a cool $8 million off her taxes. But wait, there's more. Kris Jenner just happens to be the one pulling the strings at the church, which means when the Kar-Jenner sisters hand over their 10%, it's essentially padding their mom's wallet. And here's the twist. Kris could easily find a way to funnel that cash right back to them, meaning they're not exactly sacrificing anything while still enjoying a hefty tax break. Talk about gaming the system. Now remember this church bit, because we'll come back to it in a sec. Alright, let's get back to the Kardashians and their shady financial maneuvers. The whole situation reeks of suspicion, and it's shady as heck. But wait, there's more to the story, because a lot of pieces just don't seem to fit when it comes to Kim's money matters. Folks are convinced she's been inflating her earnings and net worth. This kind of shady business isn't new to the Kardashians. We all recall how Forbes exposed Kylie for lying about the value of her Kylie Cosmetics empire, and she ended up losing her billionaire status. Well, Kim is still officially a billionaire, but people think that she doesn't act like it. In 2022, she was investigated by the SEC after she advertised the cryptocurrency Ethereum Max without adding a disclaimer to show that it was a sponsored ad and she had gotten paid to do so. And here's
All right, before we continue with Kim Kardashian, we can understand that the one MTB, the guy, he never had issues with just hanging out with celebrity stars. But even Leonardo DiCaprio too had an issue where he received gifts for him, but I think Leonardo DiCaprio did return the gift back, the same guy, Asian guy that Kim Kardashian was hanging out with. You know, he implicated some celebrity stars. Leonardo DiCaprio was one of them. But looking at them, the family started a California community church so as to donate money to the church, the community, and also so as to get tax write-offs. I mean, it's what a lot of people do. Not everybody, but a lot of people do when they give alms or to church. It's the same like donating to organizations, non-profit organizations, right? When you donate to them, you give you the form at the receipt. At the end of the day, you use it to file for taxes and you get tax write-off. So do you see that as a bad thing? I don't see it as a bad thing. Look at it more as a good thing, in a sense whereby some of the money that they gain, that they donate to the community church, they use that church to help people, help the less privileged, help homeless people, provide shelter, preach the word of God to them. So I don't see it as a bad thing, though. I don't see it as a bad thing. And going to the part of I mean, it's what a lot of people do. If you study the loopholes in taxes, you can utilize it for your own advantage. You know, um, it's just uh, it's just something that people. It's just something that people do. And going to the part of Brandy and Kim, I mean, nobody's perfect at the end of the day, though. Nobody's perfect at the end of the day. Everybody has their own flaws and their own downcoming and also shortcomings. If they choose to investigate everybody, they must find something wrong or a flaw about you. I'm going to the part of the money where she took hundred and something $1,000 and whatever. I mean, it's their business. Things happen. And going to the part of P. Diddy looking at videos, if somebody is going down, right, the person doesn't want to go down alone. He wants to go down with other people. So it's very, very possible to find him do that, but you may never know if that is true. So, and going to the part of Kim Kardashian flaunting her net worth, she might be a billionaire, but she's a billionaire, and she probably has a hustling spirit. That is why you see she's out to hustle. Maybe her goal is not just to be a billionaire. Maybe her goal is to be like maybe $10 billion or even $100 billion, in which that's a target. So her not acting as one doesn't mean she's not one. It's like Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is almost $600 million, but he hustles all the time. You can never know. It's almost getting to $1 billion. So everybody is different. Now let's continue about her cryptocurrency stuff before we get into PDD.
Here's where things really take a turn. Kim found herself tangled up in a pump and dump scheme involving cryptocurrency, and let me tell you, it was a whirlwind she didn't see coming. She ended up with a hefty fine of $126 million for her part in that shady business. But hold on, we're not done with the drama just yet. Despite claiming billionaire status, folks are raising their eyebrows at Kim's Instagram hustle. I mean, come on, a billionaire running ads on the gram? It's got more of an Instagram influencer vibe than that of a billionaire business mogul, if you catch my drift. This stirred up more whispers about Kim and her whole family not swimming in cash as deeply as they'd like us to believe. Now, don't get me wrong, she's not exactly pinching pennies, but she's not rolling in dough like she wants us to believe. And here's the kicker. While they were happily married, Kanye made sure to keep his finances separate from Kim's. He wasn't about to get tangled up in her money mess and risk taking a hit to his own bank account even when they were all lovey-dovey. Smart move, if you ask me. Sources spilled the beans to People magazine, revealing that Kim and Kanye keep their cash flow strictly divided. It's all about my money and her money in their household. So yeah, looks like even in the land of the rich and famous, it's every person for themselves when it comes to the moolah. But it looks like Kim's financial woes have only deepened since her split from Kanye. Last year, reports surfaced revealing she was swimming in a staggering $48 million of debt, which is just mind-boggling. Word on the street is she took out a whopping $48 million mortgage on her $70 million mansion. And get this, she's in such a tight spot that she can't even lean on her family for help because every single one of them is knee-deep in debt. It's a real tough spot to be in, no doubt about it. Her mom, Kris Jenner, has a very long list of debt, and according to The Sun, she first of all took out a loan for $7.25 million in August 2018, but the following month, that was superseded by a new agreement for a whopping $40 million loan through the financial company Crosswind Venture Fund. Then, in January 2019, she borrowed $5.2 million and $5.25 million in June of that year, according to property records. Well, buckle up, because here's the kicker. Kylie also borrowed a cool $7.5 million, and to cut a long story short, the Kardashians are sitting on a hefty $132 million pile of debt, which is just mind-blowing. But hey, they gotta keep up that designer clothes and private jet lifestyle somehow, right? And these financial worries are just the latest in what some are calling their flop era. They might want to up their game real soon. And if Kim thinks Kanye might swoop in to save the day, well, she better think again. Sources say Kanye's fully focused on his new wife, Bianca Censori, and Kim's not exactly on his radar, except when it comes to co-parenting their 4 kids. Ouch, that's got to sting. But hold on to your hats, because if you thought things couldn't get any messier or shadier for Kim, think again. It's always one scandal after another with her and the fam, but this just might take the cake. Word on the street is she's been exposed as Diddy's madame in his ongoing legal tangle with the feds, and it looks like Kim's really outdone herself this time. Looks like the truth's finally coming to light about Kim Kardashian's sudden case of amnesia when it comes to Diddy. At first, we all figured she was just trying to distance herself from him amidst the scandal swirling around him. But hold up, if that's the case, why is she still cozying up to Balenciaga? That raised some serious eyebrows. Well, turns out there might be more to Kim's disappearing act than we thought. Word on the street is she's been running scared, worried that fans might start connecting the dots between her and Diddy's shady dealings. And wouldn't you know it, they did exactly that. When the whole Diddy debacle blew up, folks started speculating that he had some heavy hitters backing him, helping him dodge the fallout. I'm talking about influential friends with serious pull in high places. Names like Jay-Z and Beyonce got tossed around, but there was one name that flew under the radar: Kim Kardashian. Yep, fans turned into detectives faster than you can say scandal. Looks like Kim's attempt to fly under the radar only ended up shining a spotlight on her involvement, or lack thereof, depending on who you ask, in the whole mess. Tough break for someone who's used to being the master of her own narrative, huh? Whoa, strap in because things are about to get wild in the Kim K saga. Picture this, Kim and Diddy, tight pals with a history that goes way back. I'm talking close enough that he was one of the very few people she followed on Instagram. But hold the phone because Kim suddenly hit the unfollow button just days before Homeland Security came knocking on Diddy's door. Coincidence? Not in Kim's playbook. Now, some might brush this off as mere happenstance, but let's be real here. Kim Kardashian isn't exactly known for leaving things up to chance. So, naturally, folks started digging into Kim's past, and boy, did they uncover some juicy tidbits about her and her family's connections to Diddy's alleged shadiness. The plot thickened when TikTok sleuth BB, the songwriter, did a deep dive into Kim and Diddy's alleged involvement in Britney Spears' conservatorship saga. And hold on to your hats because it doesn't stop there. Rumor has it Kim even tried to pull the same move on Kanye. Now, this might sound like some far-fetched Hollywood drama, but when you connect the dots, it starts to make a twisted kind of sense. See, Kim's buddy-buddy with Lou Taylor, the mastermind behind Britney's conservatorship. Lou's the brains behind TriStar Sports and Entertainment Group, and let's just say she's got a reputation for playing dirty when it comes to her clients. It's like a Hollywood plotline unfolding in real life. Apart from Britney's nightmare, there have been murmurs about Lou trying to pull a similar stunt with Lindsay Lohan. Luckily, Lindsay's family wasn't having any of it and fought tooth and nail to keep their daughter out of Lou's grasp. Now, you might be wondering how all this connects to Kim. Let me connect the dots for you. Remember Kris Jenner's church I mentioned earlier? Well, initially folks thought it was just a shady ploy by the Kardashians to score some tax write-offs, but it's way worse than that. Turns out, Lou Taylor sits on the board of that church, and word on the street is the church allegedly receives hefty donations from Diddy to settle his various disputes over the years, allegedly.
If you don't know Elon Musk, you might think he's not a billionaire, but that is a billionaire that works more than 80 hours a week. Why is he working like that, so much like that? Does he want to make more money? No, some people just have that passion of working and of trying to make a living. You know, they don't get satisfied with what they have. They always want to do more great things and do more great things. And that is probably that is Kim Kardashian. And that is why you see she keeps hustling, doing ads on stuff like that because she's not satisfied with that billionaire status. And it's very okay. Some people have that drive, that passion to keep working, to keep making ends meet. While there are others that are contented with their life, you know. Why there are others that are contented with their life. So it is literally not a bad thing, to be honest. And seeing Kim Kardashian hustling like that doesn't mean she's not a billionaire. People just hustle. What do you expect her to do? To just sit like that? You expect her to just sit like that? No, she gotta hustle, man. People gotta hustle. If you're contented with life, not everybody's contented with 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 um with the way their life is. People wanna hustle, people wanna make ends meet, people wanna improve themselves. And it is literally not a bad thing. At the end of the day, it is literally not a bad thing. For me, I can't just stay like that, even if I'm making billions of dollars. I wanna keep hustling. So see Kim Kardashian making that much money, being a billionaire and still hustling, it is not a bad thing at all. It is not a bad thing at all. Let her keep hustling. Let her keep building more products, doing astonishing things, and doing great things, you know? I'm going to the part of using the foundation or the church community to pay out Diddy's issues. I mean, that is up to them at the end of the day, you know? That is up to them at the end of the day and up to the feds with their investigations on how they will go about with it. But let's continue listening to more findings on Diddy and Kim K.
On the surface, it might seem like the church is just doing some charity work, but the reality is much darker.
24 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager. And this Lou Taylor woman is also on the board of Hillsong's church home. Follow me, go with me. They is doing all of this, child, in the name of the Lord. Just follow the story. Now, to cover myself, everything in this video is alleged, honey. This is what I digged up, and I don't know how much truth is to it, but there's reportings, okay? So everything that I'm saying is allegedly. Keep that in mind. So, Lou Taylor apparently is paying off, allegedly, some of Diddy's victims from this slush fund through some church fund, okay? Not only that, Kim Kardashian mama has been making these girls pay 10% tithes to some church that Lou Taylor and her husband is basically owner, co-owner, or whatever. So I was like, let me look into this Lou Taylor person. I'm thinking Lou Taylor was a guy who was a woman with a husband, whole husband. And they doing ministry and everything. Now, mind you, y'all remember the whole thing with Britney Spears? So come to find out, Lou Taylor... This gets deep, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so Lou Taylor is the CEO of TriStar Sports and Entertainment. She's like a business manager icon. Now, Mike, do y'all know the Lohans? What's the Lindsay Lohan? So she apparently, allegedly, she has been behind most of these stars' conservatorship situations, especially Britney Spears. So before we talk about Britney, Mike Lohan, which is the Lohan girl, Lindsay Lohan's daddy, accused Lou Taylor and the mama Dina Lohan for trying to put Lindsay Lohan in a conservatorship concerning her money. Also, allegedly, there's a lawsuit from 2021 with Astroworld tragedy, and she's being sued for employment discrimination. This is what this Lou lady is. Now, Lou Associates maintain intense control also over Britney Spears' life and money. And she was behind even the conservatorship of why Britney Spears had that conservatorship, because she ended up becoming the business manager and took over the financial pieces of Britney Spears' whole situation.
Buckle up for this wild Hollywood ride, because the twists just keep on coming. Let's rewind to Lou Taylor, the alleged brains behind those celebrity conservatorship schemes. Hold on to your hats, because her rumored tactics read like something out of a blockbuster thriller. Word on the street is she's been at it for years, supposedly getting celebs falsely diagnosed with conditions they don't actually have, then swooping in to slap them under conservatorship and pocket their hard-earned cash. But here's where the story takes a truly jaw-dropping turn. Enter Kanye West, dropping bombshell hints about this whole mess not too long ago. Yep, you heard that right. Allegedly, Kim and Diddy were the puppet masters behind the scenes, attempting to pull off the same stunt on Kanye. But Kanye wasn't about to let them run roughshod over him. Nah, he dug in his heels and their little scheme went up in smoke.
And as, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look.
They would have Michael Jackson,
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain.
Hold on to your seats, because this Hollywood drama just took a turn for the even wilder. Brace yourself. Britney Spears herself has stepped forward, alleging she was fed the same misdiagnosis spiel before being thrust into a conservatorship. And who's she pointing the finger at? None other than her own parents, and wait for it, Lou Taylor. But here's where it goes from wild to downright mind-blowing. Rumor has it that the Kardashians allegedly pocketed a staggering $600 million from Britney's conservatorship. Fans started raising eyebrows when Kim's net worth suddenly shot up by $600 million overnight. And even though she tried to attribute it to skims, people weren't buying it. Someone wrote, if you're Lou Taylor and you need to hide $600 million, would Kim's estate be a logical place to try and hide it? But that's not all, because they also pointed out how Kylie Jenner also sold half of her makeup company, Kylie cosmetics for a very familiar price. The fan explained, "If you're following the conspiracy, that means the money could have went from Britney's trust to Stonebridge to Panama back into the US through Kim's trust and over to Kylie Jenner." Lou Taylor, the mastermind orchestrating Kim's financial dealings, finds herself entangled in a complex web of connections. Not only does she oversee Kim's finances, but she's also intertwined with Kris Jenner's church, allegedly channeling funds to Diddy's purported victims through Kim. It's like peeling back layers of a twisted onion, and we're only scratching the surface. But hang on to your hats, because here comes the biggest bombshell yet. If we've managed to piece together this puzzle, just imagine what secrets the feds might be unearthing. Word on the street is, Kim's poised to find herself smack dab in the middle of the RICO charges looming over Diddy. Yep, you heard it right. It's like watching a Hollywood blockbuster unfold before our very eyes. At this rate, Diddy might just bring down half the industry with him. As for the Kardashian clan, well, let's just say their empire could be on shaky ground. Reports suggest Kim is in full-on panic mode over this exposure, fully aware she's in deep trouble. Fans are shook by this, and they commented, "Wow, nothing surprises me with the Kardashians. That young lady speaking on that video certainly had a lot of incriminating information. Kim's time is up. She's losing business with Hulu and other. Depending on the outcome of the trials with Diddy will determine whether she can still be on TV or make endorsements or get endorsements. She is on borrowed time right now. Emmy thinks she will go down with Diddy, and that will be that. And the jails won't have enough space to hold all of these evil people."
Even the ones commenting that just drop the comments, if you go into finding out about them, they have a lot of shady things too. Everybody has shady things. There's nobody that is perfect. Even the person doing the video also has shady things too. If they decide to investigate a person, they won't find shady things too about the person. So I can say, at the end of the day, no one is perfect. And going to the part with Diddy, it seems as if the feds have just it seems as if the feds has just laid low on him though, because you don't hear about it that much. You don't hear about it that much. Sorry about that. You don't really hear about it that much since the feds did a raid on his house. You don't hear about it that much. You just keep releasing stuffs. And it's similar to what happened with what was his name again? Guzman El Chapo in what was this place again? Mexico. We had a lot of dirt on the I think he had a lot of dirt on was it Mexican government and stuff like that? Yeah. So I mean no one is perfect at the end of the day. We all have a lot of things that we all have a lot of things that we need to learn, we need to improve on, and we need to improve ourselves. And so, Kim Kardashian probably she might have those dealings with the church, where they have with Diddy's bills and all not like that. But if they are found acquitted of it all, who is us to judge about it? Who says she's even worried? I mean, if somebody has issues with other people and he uses his organization, the organization where he's donating money to help with legal claims. Is it a bad thing? No, it is legal. It might seem it's a bad thing, but it is legal at the end of the day. It might seem as a bad thing, but it is legal at the end of the day. So everything they say about Britney, even Britney Spears, though, they say the Hollywood industry destroy her or something like that. Man, there are a lot of people who are in the Hollywood industry. They're pretty good and fine. It just depends on you. So at the end of the day, the environment can impact you, but it's left on you to succumb to the environment and to succumb to the pressure. That is all I can say on this issue. Thank you.